Hi everyone, I'm glad you're here. Thank you very much for joining me. I'm Mary with MaryGreeley News. Grizzly bears are often encountered near roads in the Grand Teton National Park and nearby Yellowstone National Park. Tourists are supposed to stay at least 100 yards from bears when they're observing wildlife from outside their vehicles. A man here from Georgia is seen here with his legs sticking out of a window, who quickly jumped back into his car when he realized that a big grizzly was just feet away from him. Guides from the backcountry safaris yelled at him to get back inside his vehicle, which he quickly discovered was locked. I don't know if it had automatically locking doors when he stepped out, but luckily the window was still open. He jumped through the window, tucking his feet in just as the bear turned the corner of his car. Traffic had come to a stop in what the park regularly dubs a very large animal jam. More than 50 people stood frozen on a hillside with binoculars and high-powered cameras to watch a very large bear from afar. But one tourist suddenly came face to face with the beast. In a split-second decision, hurled himself through his car window, narrowly escaping unscathed. When the bear emerged from the trees, it was right in line with his taillights. Molly Hagan told Cowboy State Daily he did not hear the crowd yelling at him to get in his car. On June 3rd, she was at the Grand Tetons. There was nearly 6 people gathered on the hillside with scopes and high-powered cameras to peer across the road, she said. Assuming the wildlife was far off, she wandered to a better vantage point, but saw nothing in the open field. It wasn't until she hurried towards a growing crowd of people that she realized what had captured everyone's full attention. She said when she finally got to the crowd, she saw what they did. A huge grizzly standing 10 feet off the left-hand side of the road, and it was actually on the move. It wasn't just a charming nature documentary style bear. This bear, it was later discovered, was on a mission to mate with an awaiting bear in the meadow. With her background in wildlife, Hagan quickly recognized the potential danger and put distance between herself and the bear, weaving her way to the back of the crowd. At the same moment, wildlife guides recognized that the huffing and puffing the bear was making meant it could strike at any moment, and quickly sprang into action. 3 wildlife guides, all armed with bear spray, put themselves between the bear and the crowd, Hagan told Cowboy State Daily. The bear was huffing, looking at the crowd multiple times, but stayed at least 10 feet off the road, she added. However, curiosity seemed to get the best of those stuck in the animal-related car jam, and they began stepping out of their cars, unaware that the bear was close enough to strike at any moment. At that point, the wildlife guides were yelling, telling everyone to stay in their vehicles. But the urgent warning from the tour guides didn't seem to register with everyone, including one unsuspected tourist who stepped out of their vehicle. That was the fellow from Georgia. The bear briefly disappeared behind 2 trees along the road. Then the bear re-emerged from behind the trees in an instant, right in line with the unidentified tourist's taillights, and began moving towards the passenger door. Unaware of the danger creeping up behind him and the frantic screams urging him back, he fully stepped out of the car, closing the driver's side door just as the huffing bear drew near. Within seconds, he spotted the bear and realized the danger he had walked into. His first instinct was to get back inside the car, but the door was locked. His next move was to dive for his life through the open window of his black Kia. In the photo, you can see the tourist's peril is unmistakable. His outstretched legs, caught mid-jump and fully sideways, hang out of the open driver's side window. Just feet away, the muscular, huffing Grizzly stalked closer, But fortunately, it showed little interest in the tourist dangling feet and continued its march across the road. So as a reminder, if you're exploring Yellowstone and the Grand Teton National Park, the National Park Service urges visitors to maintain a safe distance of at least 100 yards from bears roaming in its natural surroundings. Rangers and ecologists at the Greater Yellowstone ecosystem agree that bear spray is essential for anyone traveling in grizzly country. If you unexpectedly do come face to face with a grizzly at close range, the best course of action is to play dead, though the safest defense is to avoid these bears altogether. So if you do visit the Tetons or Yellowstone National Park, don't forget the bear spray along with the mosquito spray and maybe the suntan lotion or the sunblock. Yes, add bear spray and keep it on your belt. Keep it, at, quick grabbing distance, because like this bear, it was behind two trees and then quickly emerged, and the guy didn't see it until, he almost lost his life. So what are your thoughts? Put your comments down below. Thank you very much for joining me. Please please thumbs up my videos, and I'll talk to you later. God bless you. Bye.